Well, Jumbo, everyone, welcome. My name is TP. I am from Montgomery, Alabama. I'll be your driver today throughout the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. At this time, I ask that you please remain seated at all times. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Hello, Annabelle. Now, if you look above, you may see an animal spotting guide. Now, we are unlikely to see all those animals today, but we'll do our very best to see as many animals as possible. Who knows, we may see some animals that aren't on that spotting guide, so go ahead, check it out, pick out an animal that you really want to see. Be on the lookout for it. Tell your friends and family whichever animal you are on the lookout for today. I am on the lookout for the hippos, personally. Now, just a couple of quick reminders here. Gotta remain seated at all times. No running around those roads, no seat swapping whatsoever. You are stuck in that seat for the next, let's see, my watch says 2 weeks, so 2 weeks it is. Now, also, small children are more than permitted to sit in parents' laps. They just got to remain seated at all times. No passing around like a hot potato. No raising into the air like Simba. They got to remain seated at all times. So we make our way into the Aturi Forest. The Aturi Forest is a very quiet area filled with many quiet animals. I like to use their camouflage to hide in plain sight. So be on the lookout in the bushes and the trees and the shadows. You may have spot a very cool animal. Now, over here on this right side, you may spot an animal that looks similar to a zebra. It's actually closer related to a giraffe. That is an okapi, a very reclusive animal that was not discovered until 1901. Also around us, you may spot some bamboo. Bamboo is a very renewable source of energy. It's also biodegradable. A lot of things are starting to be made out of bamboo. Things like toilet paper, straws, utensils, plates. All of these are starting to be made out of bamboo due to its renewable qualities and biodegradableness. Now, over on this left side, you'll be able to spot these black and white birds. These are the saddle-billed storks. Saddle-billed storks have these very colorful beaks, which they'll use as a rattle. They do not chirp like many bird species do. They have those very long legs, which make them around 5 feet tall. Make sure that we remain seated there, no holding up of small children. Now, also over here on this far left side, on top of that hill, you may spot the back of a black rhino. Black rhinos are not a very social species of rhino. They like to do their own thing all by themselves. In 2015, there was only about 5,000 black rhinos left, but thanks to conservation efforts and efforts of governments. Also over on this left side on that hill, those are the bongos. Bongos, they have those beautiful horns, both males and females do. Their horns actually act as a helmet. They protect the animal in a lot of ways. Also over there, those tan-colored animals, those are the greater kudu. Those are females because they don't have any horns. The greater kudu, they like to eat the leaves off the trees. They don't like to eat grass. But now we're making our way out of the Aturi Forest and into the Safi River. The Safi River is home to many animals that like to hang out in or around the water. So keep your eyes on that water. You may well spot a very cool animal. Now over here on this right side, you may well spot the pink-backed pelicans. Pink-backed pelicans get their name from whenever it is time for mating season. The back of their feathers in this kind of a pink coloration, kind of like blushing. They are one of the largest spotted bird species on the planet. Now also over here on this right side in that water, you may spot a hippo. It just went underwater there. You can see where the water is moving right there. Hippopotamus actually stands for river horse for their ability to run on the bottom of the riverbed. Make sure that we remain seated at all times there. Now, hippos, they actually can run on the bottom of the riverbed. Now, they have huge teeth, but they only eat grass. Hippos, they can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. Make sure we keep our hands and arms inside the vehicle there and make sure that we remain seated at all times. There's a group of hippos sleeping there. My friends on the right probably won't be able to see it, But a group of hippos is known as a bloat of hippos. Now over on this left side is one of the most powerful animals on the planet. On that shore, those are Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodiles, they are incredible predators. So they're different eastern animals in the world. Once again, make sure that we remain seated at all times. Now holding up a small tool, we gotta remain seated at all times. Nile crocodiles, they love to sunbathe and make sure we remain seated there, my friend. They love to sunbathe and they can eat up to half their body weight in one sitting. Now crocodiles, they can be around 18 feet long, and for reference, that's about as tall as a giraffe can be. But now we're making our way out of the tree forest, or out of the Safi River into more of a dry climate, a little bit more grasslands. Now, over here on this right side, you may be able to spot a tree without any sort of leaves. This is known as the baobab tree. Nicknamed the upside down tree. The baobab tree can go up to 9 months without any sort of leaves on its branches. The baobab tree will store water in its roots and in its trunk. You can see that baobab tree right there. Make sure that we remain seated at all times there, my friend in the red shirt, as we make our way into the savannah. Now, the savannah is home to the millions and millions of animals every single year for migration. They kind of all work together as one big team. So the elephants will bulldoze the trees, the giraffes will trim the tree branches, and the zebras, they will mow the grass. Now, coming up on this right side, you'll be able to spot a couple of animals. First up, these animals with these huge horns, these are the Ankole cattle, also known as the Watusis. Watusis, they have these huge horns, which are actually hollow. They don't really weigh down the animal's head that much at all. They are the only domesticated animal on the savannah. Those small colored animals over there, those small colored animals, those are the springbok. They can run between 53 to 60 miles an hour, but they only weigh about 100 pounds. It seems that there might be some giraffe up ahead, so we're just going to hang out here for just a moment. Now, my friend, the red, just make sure that we remain seated there. Let's hope we'll get back on the move here in just a second. Now, I'm not entirely sure what is in the road, but I'm sure it's an animal that might just be making its way around. So we're just going to hang out here for just a moment or so. Till then, we got a great look at those Ankole cattle and springbok. If you want to take some in-depth pictures, the 4K feature, or the, what is it? It's the, I don't remember what it is called. It's something with a P. But you can take very in-depth pictures at this time of these animals that we're hanging out around, or the trees, or just the savannah as a whole. There's a lot of beautiful animals around here. Yeah. Sounds like they are back on the move, so we'll be back on the move here in about a minute or so. As you can see, there's movement up ahead, so we will join them and moving on up. You can see those Ankole cattle over there. Now I do spot a den over here on this left side. Let's see if we can spot anything hanging out around this den. Now, coming up on this left side, though, I do spot a group of Harkins Mountain zebras. A group of zebras is known as a gazelle of zebra. Zebra, they can actually show facial expressions like as humans do. For example, they can show whenever they're happy, sad, mad. Now, those tall animals over there, those are Maasai giraffes. They can be between 18 and 20 feet tall, but did you know that they can actually run up to 30 miles an hour? They're very fast animals. Also back there, you may have noticed about the sable antelopes. Sable antelopes have these beautiful horns that curve towards the back of the neck of the animal, protect them from any sort of predators. Both the males and females have those horns. Those gray animals there, those are wildebeest. Wildebeest there in the least. Concerns on their population numbers are very strong. Male wildebeest will make a very loud bellowing noise that is so loud it can run up to a mile away. Then there's those termite mounds around us. Elephants will use termite mounds as scratching posts, and you would think they'd be very solid, but they're not. They're very porous and will many holes. As well as some wildebeest sleeping over here on this right side. Now also over here on this right side, you may be able to spot some more of these springbok that we talked about earlier. These are the ones I said were kind of like a s'more coloration, as you can tell. Now we have a lot of fallen trees around us, which is a pretty good indication that we are about to enter elephant territory. Keep our eyes open. Now over on this left side, you'll notice spot some mandrills. Mandrills, there's one sitting on those rocks. Mandrills are the largest monkey species again. Whenever the male mandrill, like you see there, gets very excited, his face will turn a bright red color. Now also coming up on this right side, I do spot a very large animal coming up. We should get a good look in between the trees here, as this is an African elephant. Now elephants, they can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. They have huge teeth, but they only, well, no, they can weigh between 11,000 to 13,000 pounds. Elephants, they actually will use their trunks for a variety of things. For example, they will grab stuff with it. They will suck up water and spray it into their mouth. They will gesture with other elephants in that trunk. In times of drought, they will actually dig and find underground water. Drink from that water, helps itself and other animals out in the savannah by doing this. But as we make our way deeper into elephant territory, we'll talk about them a little bit further in detail. Like I said earlier, they can weigh between 11,000 to 13,000 pounds, which means they eat a lot of food. In fact, they eat several hundred pounds worth of food every single day. So sometimes whenever they are out in the wild, they will stumble across farmland. Farmers, they do not terribly care for this, as they will destroy their crops and destroy their fencing. But a solution was found with the Elephant and Bees project. It turns out that elephants, they really do not like bees. So much so, they'll actually make a noise. So there are other elephants in the area basically saying, hey, bees are over there. Don't go over there. So farmers realize they start putting up these bee fences. Elephants would come around and realize that there were in fact bees in the area. So they go the other way. So the problem was solved, and all it took was a couple of bees. Now over on this left side, you must spot two elephants over there. Three elephants, excuse me. And that little one. Now over here on this left side, you'll spot some more of these African elephants. See them in their their beauty. The female elephant can be pregnant between 18 to 22 months. Coming up on this left side of us, spot the greater flamingos. Greater flamingos, they will try one of the thousands. You'll never really see one try by the other. Greater flamingos will use their very long legs to navigate their bodies throughout the waterway to keep their bodies dry. In fact, greater flamingos, whenever they first set, so it should be a gray coloration, will not be the white or pink color that we are so accustomed to seeing. Making our way out of elephant territory into a different part of the savannah. And coming up on this left side, you'll be able to spot some white rhinos. A group of rhinos like we see here is called a crash of rhinos. Now, white rhinos are very different than the black rhino. Black rhinos, not very social. White rhinos, very social animals. They love to hang out with each other. They're like best friends forever over there. Now, those besties for the resties, they have very poor eyesight, but they do have excellent hearing. And a rhino's horn is actually made out of the same material our fingernails are made out of, which is called keratin. But do not be fooled, their horns are still very sharp. There's rhinos over there. I'm gonna hide him back in. Now coming up on this left side, you may have just spotted an ostrich. Ostriches are the world's largest bird species. You can run up to 40 miles an hour. Now, whenever the ostrich, we can tell that this is actually a female ostrich by its gray coloration. If it was a male, it'd be more of a black coloration with white tipped wings. Also, on that hill up there on that left side, there is a cheetah. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal on the planet, going from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Cheetahs actually rely on the speed to hunt and not their power.
Don't worry, I got the picture. There's another one under the tree up there.
Now, cheetahs, whenever it is time to hunt, they will actually hunt during the daytime and not the nighttime. Most big cats actually hunt during the daytime. Well, most big cats hunt during the night, but not the cheetahs. Cheetahs hunt during the daytime. Now, hanging out up on these rocks, I think I spot a very cool animal, but I think we'll get a better look here in just a second. As there is a female lion on those rocks. Now, lions, they typically get sleep between 16 and 20 hours a day. Now, a lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away. Now, the female lion will actually go out and hunt and provide for the family, while the male lion will stay back and watch over the cubs.
One's sleeping.
Now, over on this left side, you'll be able to spot the warthogs over on this left side. Warthogs are very fast animals. They can run between 35 to 40 miles an hour. Now, whenever it's time for a warthog to go to bed at night, it will actually back into its burrow. It's kind of like backing in a car, the way its tusk face outwards.
Yeah. You can zoom in later.
this right side of the spot. The ostrich eggs in that tall grass. Now we're coming up on the Warden's Post. You notice about some of the residents of the Warden's Post. These are the Nigerian dwarf goats. Now they may look small, but they aren't fully grown. They are domesticated to help farmers out a lot by eating unneeded vegetation, such as ivy and weeds, but producing other things such as milk and cheese. As we make our way out of these gates, that means our journey is coming to a close. But we did get to see some incredible animals today. Many ways for you to help these animals out. One of the simplest ways is reduce, reuse, recycle. But you can also be the voice for these animals because, unlike us humans, they don't have a voice. So you can be the reason these animals continue to be safe, healthy, and happy. And for any wilderness explorers on board, you have been riding the Simba one, that is Simba, and the number one. And like I said earlier, my name is TP from Montgomery, Alabama. If you have any questions, comments, or if you want to come up here and say hello and have a conversation with me afterwards, by all means, feel free to. My windows are always open. In fact, I don't even have windows, so you guys are more than welcome to come up here and ask me any sort of questions, talk to me about anything. Get to know you a little bit more and answer any of those questions you may have for me as we do make our way towards the end of our journey. Now, around here, we do not like to say goodbye. It is way too sad. It is way too final. So instead, we like to say Kwaherini, which means go well. So that's what we're saying here in just a moment. So go out there, be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on that next adventure. Go out there, go see some cool animals today. Whether it be a shark, a tiger, a lizard, a snail, a duck, a squirrel, you name it. Go out there, go see some cool animals here today, all day, every day, wherever life's journey may take you. Alright, at this time I ask that you please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors on the right will be sliding open, and watch your step. Kwaherini, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your Monday. Thank you.